the ban on social media platforms. Take a look at those visuals coming in from the parliament, where the security forces are still trying to hold off the protesters. Tear gas shells being fired at the protesters who have breached the government building. The Nepal parliament has been set on fire is what we are learning now. So that is, the chaos. That's really the heights of the kind of unrest. This is really the climax of this unrest that we're seeing currently, at least for today. The fact that it has reached the parliament, that the attempts to set the parliament building on fire, and that a wall of the parliament building has also been broken. In fact, Nepal parliament has been set on fire, and the Prime Minister's private residence also set on fire. So that is how out of control the situation has spiraled in Nepal, in Kathmandu, with the anger and the protesters. The Prime Minister had earlier said that the vested interests were also taking advantage of this unrest, of this violence and protest. That may be, however, the situation has clearly got out of hand, given that the parliament has been breached, that the protesters are inside parliament, and the parliament set on fire, that the Prime Minister's private residence has also been set on fire. That is what NDTV reporters are bringing us from the ground, that the parliament has been set on fire. Protesters are on the terrace of the building as well. Today is day 2 of the protests and chaos in Nepal. Yesterday we saw this massive march taking place in the streets of Nepal, in the streets of Kathmandu, to the parliament building. And there too we saw violence then breaking out, and 19 people lost their lives. Today is the day 2, and a lot of anger, especially over claims that school children who were in their school uniform were killed. This is what a lot of the protesters are claiming. NDTV cannot verify that. We cannot ascertain whether that is what really took place, but that is what a lot of the protesters are claiming, and that is what is leading to a lot of anger that we've seen today, where despite the curfew and restrictions that are in place, the protesters are having none of it. They are marching in the streets. Initially, there was massive police presence and bandobast around the parliament building. Even as all the lanes leading to the parliament, we saw protesters there edging forward, pushing the security police back, pushing the police further and further back, finally reaching the parliament building. And now the security of parliament breached. They're on the roofs of the parliament, is what we're told. The parliament has been set on fire. Today, the Prime Minister's private residence has also been set on fire, as well as the homes of several of the ministers. Former Prime Minister Prachanda's house too was targeted. So it's day 2 of the chaos in Nepal, and this is driven by the anger among the youth over corruption in the government. Demands are that KP Sharma Oli government must go. There is speculation whether the Prime Minister may actually leave the country, but that is again something we cannot confirm. There was speculation that perhaps he could go to Dubai, but no confirmation on that. For the moment, though, the Prime Minister has called for an all-party meeting. However, we did speak to some of the opposition leaders who claimed that this was pointless, that what is the point of an all-party meeting given the situation on the ground, and that there is no choice but that Oli needs to go, that KP Sharma Oli needs to step down. And today, Parliament has been breached with, we're told, arson there as well. Protesters on the terrace of the Parliament. It's a huge challenge for the security forces to deal with the situation, given the sheer number of protesters. The Prime Minister yesterday claiming that vested interests had infiltrated the protest. Be that as it may, the situation is completely out of hand. There you can see those visuals coming in from the parliament in Kathmandu, where the protesters are there. Tear gas shells are being fired. We hope it's rubber bullets that are being fired at the protesters. A lot of anger on the streets. In fact, our reporters were told again and again by the protesters, this is not to do just with the social media ban. Yesterday, it was portrayed in a lot of the media that the youth of Nepal were marching against the ban on at least 20 social media websites and apps. That was a part of it, but it was not the main reason for the protest. It was more to do with corruption in the government, and that is what had led to the call for the protest march on Monday. However, the fact that the social media apps got banned only added to the fire, added fuel to this fire that was already existing, this anger that was already existing against the government, with the demands that the Oli government needs to go. That is the demand of the Gen Z, and there has been sloganeering as well as arson is taking place. The Kathmandu International Airport has been partially closed, we're told. The parliament has been breached. So very, very challenging situation, that just putting it mildly, really, given the kind of scenes that we're witnessing. Nepal on fire in a sense, with chaos really just spiraling there, violence spiraling. There you can see the various scenes from today. The president's house was stormed by a handful of protesters who vandalized the house. The prime minister's private home was set on fire. You can see that smoke emanating. It was vandalized. The energy minister's home was also set ablaze. The parliament has been breached, and attempts to set fire to parliament as well. A wall of the parliament, we're told, has been broken. The Hilton Hotel in Kathmandu, attempts made to set it on fire as well. In all the streets, despite all the restrictions and curfew that is in place, you see protesters marching in the streets, tires set on fire there, demands that Oli must go, sloganeering, KP Chor, Desh Chhod KP Oli, as he's called. So massive protests today in Nepal. It is day 2 of this unrest that we are seeing, and in multiple parts of the capital, these protests and violence taking place, arson taking place, with the Prime Minister's private home being vandalized and set on fire. The President of Nepal, his home also being stormed by the protesters. There's a lot of anger over what took place yesterday, when there was firing when there were clashes yesterday, and 19 people lost their lives. 300 people were injured in the protests and clashes that took place yesterday. In fact, yesterday the leadership of this Gen Z protest, though they say there is no leadership, but it was being shared on social media that the youth were being asked to retreat, and saying that some other forces have taken over the protest. And this is something that was also said by the Prime Minister Oli, who said that vested interest groups are taking over the protest and aggravating the situation. But as we said, be that as it may, the situation has got completely out of hand. Just take a look, more and more houses being set on fire. The home of the Prime Minister, the home of the President also being vandalized, the Energy Minister's home being set on fire, former Prime Minister Prachanda's home being targeted, the Hilton Hotel being targeted, and of course Parliament being targeted, with the protesters inside Parliament, with attempts to set the Parliament on fire also taking place. See these visuals that are being shared on social media. A lot of the anger also among the protesters is with these claims being made that school children, or the youth who are in school uniform, that they were also killed. And this is something we've heard again and again from some of those on social media, some of those influencers who we've been speaking to, them saying that the school children who were in school uniform were targeted by the security forces, and that this is unacceptable. There you can see the Energy Minister's home, these visuals from earlier of, celebrations really. You can see the happiness on the face of the protesters as the Energy Minister's home is set on fire in a massive mansion of a house there. And that is really what has led to this anger, this sort of disparity and corruption allegations in the government, with many of the family of those in power living extravagant lifestyles while the common man suffers. And India, of course, watching all these developments very, very closely. Also because it's the youth that are protesting, and these things tend to ignite, anger in other parts as well. So for that reason, India watching the situation very closely, and giving calls that all sides should come to some kind of understanding. There needs to be a dialogue. Also advice to Indians who are in Nepal to tread very carefully and to exercise extreme caution given the kind of protests that are taking place.